Yo, what's up homies? I just remembered that I have no homies, holy fuck. But it doesn't matter, let's get into the topic today. I'm gonna teach you how to become Yandere in 2024, trust me it works 100%. After a few months of internet research I realized Yandere music tutorials suck. Not all, but that's it. Actually I find most of them produce music that is more like traditional hyperpop than ambient hyperpop, which is Yandere style. So, don't worry, I'm here today to save you our time. Okay, let's go. First, to become Yandere you gotta have Yandere sample pack and Yandere sound bank. Yeah, I know it's expensive, but go buy it or you will never become Yandere. Okay, now you need to go with the drums. So now just make them sound like this. As you can hear, there's some yapping sounds that I used instead of counter snares and percussions. Make sure you have some velocity and panning changes in hi-hat pattern so it doesn't sound boring. For the open hat just make it sound glitchy. And play with the snare pattern till you find it interesting. Yeah, I'm just copying the pattern from Heart on Lock by Yandere. And don't forget to layer it with some snap and clap for better sounding. For the bass I'm using 2 layers, a sub bass and a res bass. If you use Serum for basses just make sure you turn this knob to 0 because you don't want the sound waves to emanate from different positions as each note is played. Okay, got it, and now your beats are leveled up. Next is the melody. I use an ambient from my old happy hardcore project and a natural ambient that makes it sound ethereal. I recommend using Morph, an expensive but have a free trial ambient maker VST for the mixing chain. A lot better. I also use some pads. You need to have 2 sections of pads, low pads and high pads. For piano I use a stock plugin called Direct Wave. Low cut it and add delay and reverb. I also use a second piano from the Yandere sound bank. This preset will sound randomly but it makes sense. And a key too. Okay, wait a minute, before I move on to the extra ambiances. I have a tip that you just make everything sound random, because no one will hear that, just make it full by adding layer and layer. But don't forget to write them in scales if you're not tone deaf. Okay, now, I have some plucks here. For Dream Pluck I added tons of reverbs using Fruity Convolver. And the second pluck I used it as an ARP and added tons of delays. And I added a synth that sounds like. So, you are almost done with extra ambiances. But to make you more Yandere, I gotta tell you that write at least one choir that sounds like an anime girl breathing into your ear. Easy, right? Now, we're gonna move on to leads. Here's how my leads sound like. Like the pads, your leads should also have high leads and low leads. Usually the low leads will be the main leads because they don't sound too harsh. Finally, add some extra elements. some glitches. We also needed some changes in the bridge section, so I used brass instead of bass and deleted some patterns to reduce the energy. Use this sample and play with the envelope so you get the same sound as me. Now together. Sounds good. Now add effects from the Yandere sample pack. Add Yandere tag if you want to be real Yandere. So you're now 80% Yandere. I swore I would make you 100% Yandere, so I'm gonna teach you how to mix your shitty music. First, download Correllometer. It will help you keep track of your audio phase relationships. The more positive value, the better your phase relationship, and vice versa. For ambient music, keeping track of phase relationships is paramount. Even though Yandere doesn't seem to care too much about it, I recommend you do. Because maybe one day if you get famous you will have to play your songs in clubs blah blah blah, and most clubs play music in mono. Bad phase relationship can cause the sounds to cancel each other out when you convert your song to mono. You can learn more about phase issues on YouTube. I won't talk about it here. Okay, after making sure your phase relationships are good, now you need to put EQ on your audio to remove unnecessary frequencies. Compress your leads if you don't want them to call you a noob. We have done mixing. To master your track like Yandere, you need to add reverb to the master track. Follow these values as this is actually the preset Yandere uses. I use Imager to control stereo. Now do mid-side EQ to clean up your low frequencies. Click this button to turn on linear phase EQ. Make your track louder by using a clipper. For me, I don't use limiters because they suck at louding tracks. I only use them to set a true peak ceiling for my tracks. Okay, now you are 100% Yandere. Bonus. You can add a telephone-shaped EQ and a gross beat and link them into the same automation clip. It will sound something like this. Okay, before previewing the beat, I want to thank Harxka for allowing me to use his vocal on this beat. I really appreciate it. You can check out Live My Life and his other songs on many platforms. And now, we're gonna go to the final result.